Today's advanced English phrases with origin and meaning are: number 1, never look a gift horse in the mouth. Second is twiddledum and twiddledee. Third is town and gown. So the first is never inspect a gift horse in its mouth, or never look for a gift horse in its mouth. The origin of this phrase comes from Latin phrase noli equidentis in spicier donati. It's a Latin phrase. So Saint Jerome wrote a letter to Ephesia in 5th century AD in which he used this phrase noli equidentis in spicier donati. So the English translation comes from this Latin phrase. It comes from the practice of examining the teeth of a horse. If you examine or check the teeth of a horse, you can know the value and the age of the horse. So the meaning of this phrase is, if you get a gift, please do not check for any damage or flaw or imperfections or limitations, because it's rude. You are getting a gift. You have not paid for the gift. So it's bad on your part to check for imperfections and limitations in your gift. That's the meaning of the phrase. For example, you can say, he got a ticket to watch the cricket, but the seat was far away from the stage. So I told him, never look for a gift horse in its mouth. Never examine a gift horse in its mouth. Next phrase is twiddledum and twiddledee. Now the origin of this phrase is, in the 18th century, there were two musicians, George Handel and Giovanni Bononcini. So these two musicians, their music was exactly similar. So in 1725, John Byrom said that Handel and Bononcini are twiddledum and twiddledee because their music is similar. Again in 1872, Lewis Carroll used this phrase in his novel Through the Looking Glass, because in that novel there were two exactly similar characters. The meaning of this phrase is very similar, look alike, looking same. People say my sister and I are twiddledum and twiddledee, which means we look exactly similar. Next phrase is town and gown. Town means local people. Gown means educated people. So the origin of this phrase is, in Britain during the Middle Age, students of universities wore a very different gown, black gown. This dress or this gown was different from the dress or cloth worn by local people of the town. The university students wore a black gown. The local people of the town wore a different common dress or cloth. So the meaning of this phrase is, town stands for local people, uneducated people, inhabitants of the town. Gown stands for educated people, people who study in European universities. It also refers to socio-economic and cultural differences between the town people and educated people, between the educated and uneducated. For example, you can say in Oxford, town and gown is always opposed to each other.